Hola, soy Juan Escobedo con el Virtual Arte Festival a través de Los Angeles Times en español. Hoy estamos con Luis Genaro Garcia, vamos a ver 2 videos de él después de una introducción. Y también les quiero comentar de que este segmento está dedicado a The East LA Women's Center. Es una agencia que ayuda a las mujeres que son víctimas de violencia doméstica. Hemos estado aquí, hoy es nuestro segundo día y queremos saber qué es lo que sienten ustedes, qué comentarios tienen a través del festival o qué es lo que han visto que lo más que les ha gustado. Para mí ha sido un trabajo que de veras estoy muy orgulloso de este trabajo que hemos hecho. He hecho 3 segmentos. El próximo viene a las 5 con Daniel, otro cineasta. Pero para mí este festival ha sido muy importante porque yo trabajo con jóvenes en el este de Los Ángeles y cuando pegó lo de la corona, todo el trabajo, todos los cortitos que habían hecho los niños, no los podíamos presentar en el East LA Film Festival. Entonces, a través de Carlos Calasco, Panamanian Film Festival y The LA Times, tuvimos la oportunidad de presentar todos los videos de estos niños. Y por eso le doy muchas gracias a LA Times, a Carlos Calasco, a Rochelle Newman, por darnos esa oportunidad de haber presentado los videos. Ahorita les quiero presentar a Luis Genaro García. Quiero que lo conozcan y después vamos a ver los videos y tenemos preguntas para Luis después. Luis, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, Juan. Mucho gusto de verte. Gracias por tenerme aquí.
No, gracias a ti por estar con nosotros. Te tengo varias preguntas. La primera pregunta que te voy a hacer, después continuamos con las preguntas después, ¿por qué las clases de Zoom, por qué las clases de Zoom con los niños? ¿Por qué el arte a través de Zoom ahorita con la corona?
Bueno, tengo 15 años de experiencia siendo maestro de arte para el distrito escolar de Los Ángeles y por medio de eso, o sea, yo siempre tomo en cuenta la cantidad de tiempo que los estudiantes se enfocan en el arte y honestamente yo creo que no es tiempo suficiente lo que le dan a los estudiantes en las escuelas, especialmente a los grados de primaria, ¿no? De primero a quinto. No necesariamente les dan muchas clases de arte y ahora que soy profesor de educación de arte en la Universidad de California de Sacramento, yo me puse a pensar mucho en la falta de arte recreacional que los estudiantes no iban a tener acceso ya por lo que está pasando. Y yo quise hacer esas clases de arte, no nomás para los estudiantes, pero para una oportunidad para que los padres y sus hijos estén haciendo algo juntos. Y
Sí. Algo familiar.
Esta oportunidad fue algo muy obvio que necesitaba pasar. Y ahorita ya acabo de dar mi última clase ayer, que ya es la 5ª o 6ª clase que doy. Y pues para pasar el tiempo, los padres también necesitan algo de recreo, porque con mucho niño en la casa también ellos no se pueden enfocar.
Exacto, sí. Bueno, vamos a ver los videos. Son 2 clases de cómo dibujar los dinosaurios, dinosaurs. Y Luis, me encantaron los videos, muy tierno, cómo trabajas con los niños, muy bonito. Vamos a ver los videos. Intangible Productions, llévenos a los videos de Luis Genaro Garcia, por favor.
Okay, so we're going to be drawing 2 dinosaurs, but we're also going to draw the background, the mountains, the water, and so to choose like a blue to draw my first dinosaur. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going on this side of the paper, I'm going to draw what looks like an egg, sort of like this. Okay, we're gonna make it look like an egg. Okay, so if everyone could draw an egg, that's the first step. You can draw a big, and you can draw it a little bigger if you want your dinosaur to be bigger. If you drew it too small, like I drew it too small and you want it to be bigger, then draw it bigger. All right, you don't have to erase because we're gonna color this in anyway. So you can also leave it like that. All right, but the next thing we're going to do is the tail. The tail, you're going to do two lines that go like this. That's one. That's one line, and then the other line, we kind of come back like this. Oops. Okay, and we're not filling anything in yet, so we can just leave this like that. Okay, and I'm leaving it like this because I don't know what type of dinosaur I'm going to draw yet. So I want to show you guys that if you want to draw a T-Rex, you have to draw a big head. And if you want to draw a smaller dinosaur like a Stegosaurus or a Spinosaurus, like if it's flying, right? The pterodactyl is a dinosaur that flies. So we're going to draw that a little one in the background so it looks like if it's flying from far away. So we'll do that in a little bit. Okay, so if you want to draw a Tyrannosaurus Rex, you can draw a big head, maybe right here, like a big square like this. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna draw a big square like this. But if you want your dinosaur to be smaller, okay, so this is for a T-Rex, and then for a Stegosaurus. And if you don't know what a Stegosaurus is the one with what looks like it has diamonds on its back. Right? It sort of looks like this. That's a Stegosaurus. Okay, and if you want to draw a Stegosaurus, the head is going to be lower around right here, and it's going to be smaller like this. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this here. You don't have to do both, you just do one. If you want to do a Stegosaurus, then you connect the head with the body like this and like this. All right, so now you have the neck, this is the head, this is the body, this is the tail. Okay, so that's if you want to draw Stegosaurus. So I'm gonna go back to drawing the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I don't know why, but it looks like a lot of people like the Tyrannosaurus Rex, maybe because it's big, because it has big teeth, and it's a carnivore, right? Because it eats other dinosaurs. So let's do this. Let's do the big square. And then we want to make it with its mouth open, right? Because we want to show its teeth off, but we're gonna do that a little later. But from the head, we want it to connect to the body. So what we're going to do is make a line from about under his chin to the front of his body. And then because dinosaurs are strong and they're big, they usually have a big neck. So the neck could start at the top of the head, like right here, or anywhere you want, but then it connects to the body. So we can do something like this. Aja, do you have a question? Ok, bueno. Entonces vamos a seguir. Ok. Entonces, ahora lo que vamos a hacer, what we're going to do now is we're going to draw the legs on the Tyrannosaurus Rex. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is draw a big oval like this. Okay, an oval that goes like this. So do you see how that's going, how this is going to be the legs of the Tyrannosaurus Rex? So this is one of the legs, the big part of the leg that's connected to its body. Que hablen español, porque no me entienden, me dicen, okay? And if you need me to translate anything into English, please let me know so that you can understand. Okay. So everyone should be here. And so the next part is I'm going to want you to draw a triangle from this oval right here. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in a little so that you're able to see what I'm doing. Right. So from here, I want you to do a triangle that's almost pointing to the tail. Okay. So if we do this from right here, we're going to make a triangle that goes like this. And then from here, we want to go right here. Okay, so it's sort of like a V that just connects to the big leg right here. All right, so there's a V right there. Okay, and what we're going to do after is you can draw another triangle from here to here, like this. Just really quick. So we're gonna do this, right? We're gonna do this. And then the Stegosaurus had a smaller head like this. Okay. So the Stegosaurus, remember that it had diamonds back here? You can draw diamonds, but then you're gonna have to erase some of the lines, okay? Ahorita vamos a regresar con el otro dinosaurio porque le estoy enseñando a alguien cómo dibujar este Stegosaurus. Se me hace que así se dice, pero no sé. Okay, so the Stegosaurus, its legs are going to be smaller, right? And they're all going to be the same size. So with the Stegosaurus, what you want to do is draw a smaller leg. So we're going to do 2 ovals. Okay, so here's one like this, and then here's 2 like that. Okay, and we're going to do almost the same thing as we did with the other leg with the T-Rex, is we're going to draw a V on here that goes like this. And with this one, the same thing, but we're gonna make it point this way. Okay, let me know if you need me to slow. Okay, so when we draw the T-Rex, T-Rex usually looks mean, right? Because he's big and he's a carnivore. And a lot of the times, the T-Rex is showing its teeth every time people draw it. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a triangle here that goes like this. It goes, so here's a line, and then this line is going to go back over here. And you can make the mouth wider if you want it to look like if it's got its mouth wide open. You can do that also like this. All right, so we're gonna leave it like that. Okay, so Asha and Anaya, I'm gonna go back to the Stegosaurus. And so we're working on the leg again. And remember that we make a triangle that goes like this. That's sort of pointing this way. Okay, so we're doing a V, right? A V that goes this way and a V that goes this way. Okay, and then you do the same thing that we did with the T-Rex, is you kind of draw a triangle like this for the foot. Okay, in the meantime, I'm gonna go back to the T-Rex and I'm gonna give it some big sharp teeth, okay? And all we have to do is draw a bunch of triangles that go like this. So when we do the T-Rex, we have to start with a line that's kind of like our own arm, right? It's the top part of our arm that goes like this, and then the part of the arm that goes like that. Okay? And so right now, this is just a line, but we're gonna turn it into a bigger arm. So the line just kind of goes like this, and we're going to make something like this, and then that connects back to this. So I can do it again. Okay, so I started with a line that goes from here to here, right? And then we can do the same thing. We can do another one. We can make it a twin line. So here's one line, and we have to make a twin line right here. And then we make another line that connects with this one right here, like this. And there you go, that's the dinosaur's arm. All right, and we're gonna draw the hand in a little bit. I'm gonna go back to the Stegosaurus so that whoever's drawing the Stegosaurus, make sure that you draw the other foot by making another triangle like this. And there you go. Okay, we're gonna color these in later on. But what I want us to start with is we're gonna draw another dinosaur on this side. Okay, so even if you have this one or this one, we're gonna draw another one here. Okay, so the one I wanted to draw next here was a mammoth. Now, do you know what a mammoth is? What animal does it look like? The mammoth looks like an elephant, but with hair. Okay, so animals also had ancestors, just like we had ancestors. So the mammoth is the ancestor of what is now an elephant. So what we're going to do with the mammoth is we're going to also draw an oval, but the oval cannot be that big because it's smaller than the T-Rex. So we have a big oval. Well, it's not that big, but we have an oval. And then what I like to do next is sort of like half an oval. So half an oval will look like this. Okay, and what I'm gonna do next is the snout of the mammoth. All right, so the snout goes like this. And it gets smaller towards the end, right? If you want to make the snout curve a little bit more, you can do that if you want. Okay, and what we're going to do next is we're going to do the legs of the mammoth. So we can go like this. All right, let's do a somewhat of a rectangle like this. And we'll add some details in a bit, but that's one. The other one is going to be here, 2. And we have to make it look like this mammoth has 4 legs. So we're gonna make another one, the second leg in the back, right here like this. And then the second leg in the front, like this. Okay, and they look like simple squares, and that's okay. Mhm. Okay, so we'll come back to the mammoth right now. So I'm gonna go back to the T-Rex just to add a little bit of detail, okay? So with the T-Rex, we're going to draw what looks like two claws like this. Here's one, and here's two. And that way that looks like a hand. With the T-Rex, we have to draw the other leg on the other side, right? So one thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line like this and make sure that it's not lower than this leg right here, okay? So make a line like this. It goes like that. And then it goes that way. I'm gonna erase these lines just so that you can see that this is a separate leg. But what you can do is you can also start coloring your dinosaur very lightly, okay? Very lightly. And you'll get to color later on if we don't finish. That's why we're not coloring everything yet, because I want you all to draw what you can color later on your own. Right now, I want to focus on showing you how you can draw the dinosaur. All right, so you can keep drawing, adding the things that you need to, because in about a half an hour, we're gonna have to end this session, and we still have to include the background. Okay, so I'll do the face in a little bit because there's a little trick that I want to do with the T-Rex. Okay, and so I'm gonna go back to the mammoth. Okay, and what I want to do with the mammoth is I want to make it look like, you know how when elephants, when you see their feet, the bottom part of their feet almost look like big and round? So I'm gonna make a circle like this, or you can make a circle from here to here like this. You don't have to connect it all the way through. But that's the way elephants' feet are, right? They're a little bit round at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna fill everything in a second, so just be patient. Okay, is there anything missing on the mammoth? I want to know if anyone can tell. Let me see, is it missing anything? The tusks are gonna go up like this, because if the T-Rex tries to eat or tries to bite the mammoth on its head, it's gonna bite the tusks, and that's what those are for. They're for protection. Okay, and then the tail could be a line like this, because their tails are short.
Mom, tell me how to draw that.
Okay, so what I like you to do now
Because I already know what to do.
is we can shade this in very lightly. We're gonna come back and add more stuff to the mammoth, but right now I just want you to shade it in very lightly.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do this for right now, because what I wanna get you started with is the background, where we can draw a pterodactyl flying in the air. Okay, so the mammoth and the tusks are white, so you don't have to shade those in, only shade in the trunk. Okay, I know that we still need to add the eyes, so we'll do that. We'll do that before we leave. So here's what we're going to do. For the background, we're gonna need to draw a line. I would say I'm gonna draw the line right here, right where the face of the T-Rex is at. Okay, so I'm gonna do it with a brown line. I mean, with a brown color, so it doesn't have to be straight. You don't need a ruler. And when I get to the T-Rex, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna pretend that I kind of keep going like this, and then it's gonna come out of the other side. Okay, like this. So now it looks like they're on the ground. Before, it looked like if they were up in the air. So Anaya, I know you were working on the Stegosaurus, right? And so what you want to do with the Stegosaurus is the same thing. You want to draw a line that's above the mammoth's head, that goes all the way. And if it hits the Stegosaurus anywhere, skip the Stegosaurus and continue it in the back, like this. Okay, so Anaya, does your picture look like this right now? Or something like that? Where you have the Stegosaurus and the mammoth? Okay, great. Good, okay. Okay. So one of the first things I'm going to do in the back is we're gonna make it look like there's water, okay? So I'm going to, let me see, from about right here, I'm just going to make a line that goes this way like this, and then comes back this way, like that. And it could make, you can make it look like half a circle. Okay, so that's going to be the water, right? We want to make it look like if there's water in the background. Same thing on this other side. And then I'm gonna sort of do this. And then the water is going to come this way. So here's like the body of water, okay? There's a body of water right there. We're gonna color that in later. Okay, does everyone want to show me what they have? I want to see what you have so far. Okay, very cool. All right. Okay, very cool, Julian. Can you put them closer? Okay, good, Asha and Anaya, I see yours. All right, good. Let me see. Oh, wow, very good, Cataleya. Leila, very good, I like it. And Luna, very good. Okay. So you're all doing a good job. I really like what you're doing. Okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're going to make some trees, okay? So we're gonna do what looks like wavy and bumpy lines that sort of go from here, from the side of the paper to this area right here. Like it's almost the center of the picture, okay? So what we wanna do is we're gonna make it look like bumps, kind of like this. Then we're doing it to this side, and we're also doing it to this side. Okay, so from here, from this area, we want to go somewhere right here like this. Okay, and you go up little by little. And we want to make it look like trees. Okay, so as you guys are doing that, as you're all drawing those, what you could do next is fill them in with green like this.
Sorry, I don't have green.
Okay, you can do it another color. What other color do you have? Do you have yellow or orange?
I can't see where you're coloring.
You can't?
Okay, there.
Okay.
Man, let's remove this thing. Oh, I am. Never mind.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I can see all of it.
Okay. All right. So I'm doing one side so that you know that whatever I do to one side, you're going to have to do to the other. Okay? So if we run out of time, you already know what you're going to need to do on this side because this side's already done. All right. So now we have what looks like trees or bushes, right? The next thing we're going to do is draw mountains. We're going to draw some big mountains. All right. So what we can do here is, you know, we're already using a lot of brown, I think. We're going to use brown for the ground also. So if you have brown, you can use brown, or what I'm going to use is purple for the mountains, right? But if you don't have purple, that's okay. You can use whatever color you want. All right, so what we're going to do for the mountains is we're going to, you know, a lot of people like drawing mountains like this, like pointy triangles. And if you want to do it that way, that's fine. But one of the things I like to do is I like to sort of do this and then go this way and then go up and then go down and then a little bit up, down. So up, down, up, down, up, down. And notice that the mountains go from big to small. Okay, and then I'm going to kind of keep going small again, and then I'm going to say, okay, here's a big mountain. And I'm going to color these in, but remember that when you color it in on the other side, it's going to look like this. Okay, and one of the things that I like to do is I like to do a dark line, right? I'll do a really dark line, but then the inside, I like making it lighter. So it's not really dark like the line. It's just a little bit lighter. And look at the difference, right? That it makes. It makes my mountain stand out a little. Okay, so this side right here is going to be brown because that's the dirt.
Don't get on. I'm not trying.
Okay, we can fill this in later on, but we know that the ground is brown. Okay. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw the eyes on these dinosaurs really quick. Okay. The T-Rex, let's see. The T-Rex usually has its eyes closer to the top of his head. So what we want to do is, look, you're gonna make a line. If you want your dinosaur to look mean, you can make a line like this that goes down. See? The line goes down, and then you're gonna make a little half circle under the line like this. It also has the nostrils right here, right? Okay, so what I'm gonna do with the next couple of minutes that we have left is I'm going to color this really quick so that you know what color it's going to be. And then maybe the water in the back, I'm gonna draw it like maybe a darker color. Dark on some areas, but light in others. And maybe I want my dinosaur to have orange spots. Okay, so the T-Rex has orange spots. Remember, just because we really don't know what dinosaurs look like, so we can make them look like whatever we want. We know what their bones look like, and when you're all doing art, the sky does not have to be blue. The sky could be orange. The sky could be yellow. Okay, so you see how my sky and my mountains are starting to look really good together. Okay, so our lesson is coming to an end. So I want to say thank you to everyone for joining. Your drawing in the end might look a little bit something like this.
One of my questions is, what got you into art?
I mean, I think I've always been into art. Unfortunately, when I was in high school, I didn't have that many opportunities because I didn't, right? I went to a school where their budget didn't allow for me to take that many classes in art. So I didn't really get into art, producing it and being guided until I went to Santa Monica College. And, you know, my mentor, Ron Davis, just retired. But, you know, I do want to thank him for encouraging me and just kind of helping me develop into the artist that I became.
Yeah. So, no, allá, entonces ya hasta después, ya más tarde, ¿verdad? Empezaste con el arte.
Sí, y obvio no tuve la oportunidad porque fui a una escuela de bajos recursos y en realidad no había muchas oportunidades de tomar más clases de arte. O sea, los requisitos para graduarse de high school solo requieren que tomemos una clase de arte. Y para alguien como yo que es creativo, o sea, no conviene esas oportunidades. Y obvio más porque por el área en la que vivía y como digo, los bajos recursos no me dieron la oportunidad.
Sí. Sí, y es lo que pasa mucho con nuestros niños, que los materiales son muy caros y ellos quieren dibujar y a veces no pueden y con cualquier cosita que consigan se ponen a dibujar. ¿Qué les recomiendas a esos niños que no tienen los materiales? Tienen lápiz y papel, pero es todo. No tienen pinturas, no tienen porque se les hace difícil comprarlas. ¿Qué les recomiendas a esos niños?
Bueno, por lo que yo me acuerdo que mis papás me compraban libros de colorear, libretas para dibujar de la 99 Cent Store.
Sí.
Yo me conformaba mucho con eso, especialmente cuando estaba en la primaria. En la secundaria, pues en realidad me desquité un poco me distancié un poco del arte, y en high school, pues también, o sea, como no tenía la oportunidad de tomar clases en high school, y en ese tiempo vivía con mi mamá soltera, tenía otras responsabilidades y pero yo les recomiendo a los padres que apoyen a sus hijos de cualquier manera que puedan. Si no pueden comprarles materiales de arte, siempre hay las cosas básicas como papel, lápiz.
Sí, bueno, parece que se cortó aquí. No me escucha Luis, no sé bueno, no sé qué pasó, pero hablando de esto, de los recursos, una de las cosas
lo que hacen, la actividad que les enseñen, pongan sus imágenes en el refrigerador y eso los va a inspirar a ellos para seguir pintando, dibujando. Y en realidad, eso orgánicamente los va a hacer ellos sentir bien de lo que crean, de lo que pintan, y poco a poco les están dando agua a la plantita creativa que va a salir de ellos.
Sí, y lo que estaba diciendo hace ratito, porque se cortó aquí un poquito, de que a veces a mí los niños me marcan o me hacen Facebook o Instagram, digo, Mister, no tengo lápiz, no tengo esto, y la 99, $1 por lápices y $1 por notebooks, y se lo llevo a los niños y listo. Es lo que ayuda mucho a los jóvenes. Luis, ya estamos por terminar. Te quiero dar las gracias. Una preguntita más. ¿Por qué barrio prof? ¿Por qué Tio Luis? Barrio prof es tu handle, pero ¿por qué Tio Luis?
Tio Luis, porque yo siempre quiero que los estudiantes se sientan cómodos conmigo.
Con el tío.
Como alguien que está enseñando. Yo les quiero dar la confianza que soy como un tío, un hermano mayor. Quiero que se sientan cómodos y con la confianza de preguntarme o de hacerme cualquier pregunta. Y como dices tú, cuando maestros hacemos eso en nuestras clases, los estudiantes van a tener
se sienten mejor.
Más cómodos.
Sí.
Sentir más cómodos, preguntarnos por materiales. Necesito un borrador, necesito papel, necesito
que
colores.
No les dé vergüenza,
sí. Y lo que
Sí,
quería
sí.
decir últimamente, lo más importante es que hagamos confianza con las familias. Y eso es lo que en realidad yo hago con
la comunidad, las familias y
con mi
los jóvenes.
filosofía, es crear esa confianza.
Sí, perfecto. Sí, sí, no, yo entiendo. Yo estoy contigo en todo eso. Bueno, Luis, muchas gracias. Ya vamos a terminar este segmento. Gracias, Luis. Gracias por tus lessons. Y también le quiero dar las gracias a Intangible Productions por ayudarme con este segmento. Y no se les olvide donar a la East LA Women's Center. Este segmento fue dedicado a esa organización que ayuda a mujeres que son víctimas de violencia doméstica. También les quiero dar un shout out a Intangible Productions. No, I'm sorry, Ignition Creative. Intangible Productions es Pablo. Ignition Creative en Culver City nos ha ayudado mucho con los jóvenes, les dan internships y les quiero agradecer por eso. Bueno, Luis, gracias y nos vemos después en el próximo segmento. Seguimos con el Tech Creative, con Intangible Productions. Ahí tengo un video en cómo tomar mejores fotos con su iPhone y también tenemos a otros creativos que van a dar clases en cómo mantenerse creativo durante este tiempo. Bueno, pues Luis, gracias y nos vemos
Adiós.
más tarde.
Gracias
Adiós.
a ustedes.